I have in my hand a 44 Magnum Switchblade, the most powerful hand knife in the world. And the thing you got to ask yourself is, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Hey, you're lucky, it's a comb. Well, it's kind of a slow news day. We're all shut in thanks to all these crises going on, so I thought we'd have a little fun with this. I saw this on eBay for 21 bucks. I don't know, probably Amazon sells it for 20, I don't know. But I couldn't resist, and it's a fun thing. Look at this comb though. I mean, I don't think it very well comb your hair. I just think it's a real fun thing. I tell you, it feels very well made. The action is real nice, and what I want to do, not so much that I'm curious, but I thought just kind of to share it, is open up and see if it looks like all the other switchblades that come out of China. So this thing is called Tac Force, and it comes like this, and it's got a little silicone beads, and it's got this sort of sheath here. It's got this plastic sewn on, which I think is kind of a crime, but anyway, if your kid ever breaks his strap on his backpack, you can use this. So let's have a look at what's inside here, and let me see what this is. This is a Torx. Alright. Now look, by the way, this is the tool I made to open up the pawl knife. It's not the greatest job in the world, but not bad. It did it, and you'll know that if you read my book too. So enough of that. I'm a little bit proud of that. That seems to be it. Let me get this going, and if this takes a long time, I'll just jump ahead. Alright. I'm going to unzip this here. Okay, so there's no loaded spring in here. Now, by the way, I just did a video where a guy had a standard switchblade that was a comb, and he converted that into a knife because he had a old blade from a pocket knife. Now these things, talk about being able to convert into a switchblade, man, all you gotta do is sharpen this thing. But I hope you guys in you know, communist countries like California and all, restrictive countries like England who don't allow no monkey business with knives might be able to get these. This is just a fun thing to have, play around with. Okay, so by the way, in my first book I discussed how to take a knife apart, and this is not the way. You should be a lot more careful. Do this on a towel. Preferably do it with a plastic bag wrapped around your hand so no parts go flying. I mean, if this was a $500 Microtech by Tony Marpione, and I just wanted to look inside, or I had some dirt or something to look at, I'd be being a lot more careful. Or would I? I don't know. I talk good talk. And this type of screw is called a Torx, T-O-R-X. It rhymes with forks. Whew. Tough one. We got the screw. Okay. I gotta tell you, this looks very nicely manufactured. It is the exact same as all these others. But I guess it's a stamping, and they did a good job stamping it. And of course, if you know, the inside here is this first catch. It's a plate with a spring here, and this is the button that catches on the slide mechanism. I forget all these terms. And anyway, and that comes out. And of course, it will not go back in because you have to move this out of the way. So this is a spring catch. Let's move that out of the way, and then we're in. It's got quite a bit of oil in there. Maybe you can see that. So, and these are a little bit different. These hook catches, these are very wide. And some of the other ones, they're small. So I kind of like that. They're a little beefier. These will break. I mean, everything will break in this knife. But these will break, but very rarely. It's usually an alignment problem, or something goes wrong with the spring, something like that. So, how do they go back together here? Let me see. That should be it, huh? Okay, let's take a look at this though. Yeah, and it's just all these grooves form different levels, and the levels communicate between the slide mechanism. And these kind of neat. These have a raised area around the screw, and there's an indented area around the hole, and that lines up things very well, makes them more sturdy. It's kind of like locating pins. So there's some decent engineering went into this cheap knife for $21. Okay. Now, just for the hell of it, I had one of these that was really loose. I was playing around with. I think. Let me see here. Yeah. And I'm just doing this with my fingers. I don't know why these screws didn't get lost. But I'll put my comb back together. I'm not going to the barber shop because I'm trying to keep a social distance if I can. I just go places I have to. But I'm not combing my hair much. First off, let's see what this thing does. I got a whole slew of these that I got from knife salesmen. These are returns. They're all broken in some way or another. Some of them work pretty good. And you see, this didn't catch. And I made a video on how I fixed it. So this is not catching. It might catch now and then. Yeah, see, it caught. Oh, I wonder what that did when that did that. Just went crunch, and now this is sliding and this is unlocked. Man, this knife has issues. So I still get some questions about how to fix these. I'm probably going to make another video. I'll try and go more in depth. Maybe not how to fix it, but at least what goes wrong. you might be able to fix them if you want to make a part or two. Some of these parts are simple to make, like the like those hooks, and sometimes the end of the spring breaks, so you could bend the spring around and use the same spring. There are some things you could do, and then I showed how I strengthened the spring basically by having it travel a shorter distance. But probably the better way to fix that knife that wouldn't catch was getting a stronger spring or shortening the spring. Then you go shortening a spring, you know, it's fraught with some trouble. So this thing, yeah, the button fell off. So as you can see, this mechanism is totally similar to the other one, but it's not looking like it is as well machined. Now look how thin these hook catches are compared to that other one. The other one was thick, and this is kind of model looking. Now this has got some oil in it, and that's working okay. And that comes out. Again, I've got to put the catch in. So I don't know what's exactly wrong with this. It's probably just got some alignment problems because it's cheaply made. And maybe those alignment problems could be fixed, I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. And then the button has ridges here. Right here. Right here. And then there's grooves or slots that it slides in, and when these two come together with the two sides of the knife, that's what holds the button in. So this goes on this post, and what am I doing now? Now I'm holding this real tight. There's no screws in here. Wow, that ain't working at all. Okay, you can see how this works maybe. When there's a ramp here on the slide carriage and it pushes this catch back, and that does release the blade. And boom. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Nothing obvious yet. Wow, that is really hard. I mean, it's stiff as hell. That will not go down. Why not? That will not go down. Oh! I got the hook on the wrong side of the button of the blade tang. Okay. This is rather short. This doesn't hook very well. I mean, that is just barely, that's only like a couple thousandths of an inch. Now, okay, I pushed it up. All right. Now I got about 15 thousandths. Okay. It's supposed to be in this groove, and the groove is supposed to be pushing it in. I don't know if the groove is too deep. Maybe it's got a alignment issue. I'm just playing with the knife here. Okay, I'm holding on to this thing. I'm gonna load the spring. Yeah, there we go. I pulled it, but it didn't lock. Now that's locked. Wow. Okay, and that locked, although, man, it's like something scrunching in there. Well, I don't know what that was. But I don't know if it was my fault this time, but this time the tang pin is on the wrong side of this hook. So I think this thing needs a new hook. I think it's allowing itself to slide over top of it, so that's a new problem I've never seen before. So I'm going to probably have to make another video, look at some of these, and I'll talk to you guys. If you got knives with problems, we'll try and see if we could figure out what's going on just for the fun of it, and maybe we could figure out fixing them. And by the way, a lot of this stuff is in here, and I know a lot of you guys must be dyslexic, because you know, you don't have this book, so the only way you can learn is YouTube. But for those people out there who know how to read, a lot of this stuff is in this book. The explanation of how these switchblades work is covered here, and there's some idea on how they could be fixed. But it's not a repair book. It's just a book on information on how mechanisms work. And it's not a how-to book, it's just all kinds of mechanisms. And this one, of course, is in there. And someday I'm going to talk about these. I've got a lot of these that are broken, and this is a totally different mechanism. The button is on the top, and the way it makes the OTF open and close is different than this, and these malfunction and stuff, and yeah, they're a fun little knife. So thanks for watching.